So, Bubsy's back. This just came out of nowhere for me. I was watching the Sonic stream. How long ago did this come out actually? One second. I was watching it's only yesterday. I was watching the Sonic stream that they were doing yesterday, I think, and then they were talking about a generic platform brand that's making a return. And then I was thinking, what? And then they mentioned that this is because of what they were doing. And this says like nothing to do with them. And then I thought, they wouldn't, come on. And then I went and looked it up. Bubsy is back. And lo and behold, Bubsy's back. Yay. I can't honestly say I didn't see this coming. I just didn't see when it was coming. They released, I don't know when they released it, but they released a couple of years ago. I'm just going to say a couple of years ago. That Sonic, or not Sonic, they released a couple of years ago Bubsy 1 and 2 on Steam for like no reason. So I sort of thought, well, at least acknowledge his existence and at least know he's still a thing. And people are saying stuff like, this is Sonic Forces, this is because of Sonic Forces, and just like, no. I think they couldn't have picked a better time to announce this, but it wasn't because of Sonic Forces. This, I'm gonna assume they had this for a while, and then they seen the sudden uproar with the Sonic fan base and just normal fans of anything whenever they seen the Force trailer, and they could not have picked a better time, honestly, to reveal this. Everyone's like, oh, it's Bubsy, the new character's gonna be Bubsy, and then actually it's like, you want Bubsy so bad, but here you go, and now everyone's like, no, put him back. Honestly, everyone's making too big a deal out of this. It doesn't look bad. We live in the past couple of years has been sort of a bunch of retro revivals, and it makes complete sense for Accolade to want to bring back one of their old franchises, see if there's any success in this that maybe wasn't there back then, which there wasn't. So, everyone's doing it now. We got the Crash, we got Sonic coming back with more games, we got Mighty Number 9, Ukulele. It makes complete sense. I don't know why people are so surprised about this. I guess mostly it's because it's Bubsy. All the franchises that I named had some sort of success back then. Bubsy, I don't think Bubsy ever had success. It does not look bad. His voice, I do not like his voice.
World hunger, nuclear proliferation, reality TV. None of those horrors compared to gun ball deprivation.
And oh my god, if you see that fucking character model, it looks horrendous. But the gameplay doesn't look terrible. One thing I'll have to say is it's kind of hard to see Bubsy. I don't think he stands out enough, and the graphics look a bit indie and generic. They look like a generic 3D, 2D game that's like got 3D graphics. They look like a very generic one of them. I like the artwork. The artwork is very Sonic. Even Aaron Webber said that the artwork looks a lot like Sonic, and I'm pretty sure the title is a reference to Star Wars. Yeah, it's gotta be. Still knowing that Bubsy's got them references up his sleeve. So it doesn't look bad. It honestly doesn't. The lighting looks pretty alright. Again, his character looks a little. Should stand out a bit more, and it should look less generic, I think. And there's a part where he's gliding, and you can see the shadows in the background just popping out. It looks horrible, but it doesn't look bad. The art style is nice. The in terms of like the drawn stuff, 3D looks okay. It looks like they decreased his speed, which is good, because he was fucking fast as Sonic in the original games. It looks like they made his glide so he wasn't as heavy, which is also good. So it just shows me that they have a lot of balls to put this out, Accolade. Because with the reception of all the Bubsy games being terrible, and the scene, people would be interested in a Bubsy game. Good or bad, they'd be interested. They got people's attention. and it doesn't look like they're putting a lot of money into this because of how the game looks, the presentation. It looks like they're just saying, can we make a Bubsy game in 2017? Will it work? Will it sell well? And then maybe if it does, we'll get some more Bubsy games, which it'd be nice to live in a world of Bubsy again. It's surprising, it really is. And like I said, good or bad, but this game needs to be good. Like, Accolade definitely knows about their Bubsy's perception in the gaming world and how it's seen as a joke, more or less. So they really do need to hit the what the fuck expression am I looking for? Hit the nail on the head, is that it? And make a good game here. Because no one's going to talk about it if it's just an alright game. No one's going to care about it. It either has to be completely terrible, as bad as the originals, or it has to be really, really good. Which, doesn't look bad, it just looks very generic and boring, which they can't do that. They seriously can't. If they want to make more Bubsy games, then they cannot do that. But other than that, they haven't really showed as much. It was only like 30 seconds exactly, I'm pretty sure. Again, his voice actor is not good. I do not like the voice actor. There's a part in it where, I don't know if that's just me, there's a part where he just turns into a ball of wool. That's weird. With the Woolies, I'm pretty sure were the main antagonist in the original game. So they were, which I'm pretty sure they were also the small things from Bubsy 3D. And also I'm glad they aren't making a 3D platform. I'm glad they're sticking to what Bubsy had potential as a 2D platformer, he did. They weren't completely the worst games in the world, they were just bad platformers. They had potential. Accolade just didn't meet that potential in the original games, and this one, it looks like they really are trying. They're really looking at what didn't work with the I just realised that there now, you can still see the Bubsy has 9 lives like the original games. So they need to market this though. They can't just say it to people who think the original games are terrible and that going to get this as a joke. They need to market this well, because I didn't know about this until Sonic Thing mentioned it, and it's only coming out in PS4 and Steam, and it's coming out pretty soon actually. It's coming out in fall, and we have only heard about it now, which is weird. So they need to start marketing this game, so they do, and showing us the improvements they're making, because we've already seen from this trailer they are making improvements. We just need to see if it's worth our time and money. And yeah, that's all they really need to do to bring Bubsy back into the game and market, and I think they can do that. I honestly do. Not as a joke or anything, I do think that Bubsy can be a successful franchise in 2017. I mean, when the games come out, 1990, whatever, 1990, he said it's 1993 in the trailer. I'm pretty sure that was when Bubsy 1 came out. Let's see. But the game was at least 20 years ago. When did Bubsy come out? Bubsy came out in 1993, yeah. So, what's it now, 24? He'll be 25 years old next year. So, I'm surprised they didn't release it as a 25th anniversary thing, but 24th is still pretty good. But come on, so let Bubsy die. Not let the Bubsy die, let the old games die. Just stop mentioning them after everything. I mean, if this game is good, people will still be making the jokes like, oh, it's better than the original game. But the original games were not horrible. They were bad, they were not horrible. I don't think, if these games are well made, I don't think there'll be any reason for Bubsy to keep becoming a joke of the industry. They need to make this game really, really good, to say it again. I think I'm just starting to ramble on at this point with the same points. So people's reaction to this is not very good, I don't think. It's just all jokes. People are actually excited for this and are willing to give it a chance. It does look competent, it really does. It could be a really, really, really good game. And one thing that I actually was surprised at whenever I seen that was the logo at the very start was Accolade is still a gaming company. I thought they're what do they make nowadays? I don't even know. Do they even make anything now? Let's see. Yeah, they haven't made anything notable in a while, I don't think. So hopefully this will be the thing that puts them back on the map. Frickin' Bubsy 3. No, Bubsy 4 actually. This is Bubsy 4. This is Bubsy 4 as you truly imagined it. And that's all I ever really have to say. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.